It's time to present what I added to this prototype. Remember that you can always play it on the itch.io. It should run on the web browser and you can download the standalone version for the Windows or Mac. All the links are in the description. Let's start. Boss. In a normal stage, he'll follow the player and try to give a big hug with a special heavy squeeze. After none succeed, he'll be a little sad. And the rock cave will cry with him, with a lot of stones. To do this, you need a few animations, code for detecting the player. Just calculate the vector between the player and the boss. If the vector has a positive value of x, then boss go right and reverse. To do the stone rain, first you need to catch the signal when the boss is angry. Of course, he also needs to emit it. The stone rain is just a path 2D with a very short timer, 0.05 seconds. After that time, the new stone is created in the length of the path 2D in the random position. Parallax Background. It's a situation where your background moves at different speed than your player. I use only two textures, one is for stars and the second for trees. Here you have the situation with parallax background, and here without this effect. And here with, and here without background. And the coins. Tile map, colors, player. Just your imagination. Heath System. Our hero has 3 hearts. Coins system. I'm too lazy to count them, so all coins are inside one node. On the level script we can just loop through all children and calculate the size. Also, which is great, the algorithm connects the signal to the function of this loop. After catching the signal, the player sets the current count of collected coins. The coin is just area 2D with collision box with custom signal after the catch. Autosave and load system. I'm still learning how to do it in the right way. Right now I'm saving game version, which is a custom string of the project setting, for example 0.1 for this version. Current scene, it's a file path to load a good scene. Position of the player, to move the player on the position of the last autosave. Current coins of the scene, to check which coins are collected and destroy them on the scene. Few triggers, like is boss live, to prepare level events. I transform these pieces of information into JSON format and save them in the file in the user folder. For example, on Windows it will be saved on your app data folder on C, users, press the like button, app data, roaming, Godot, app user data, project name. I rewrite this file each time when the user touches the statue of the save point. In the future I plan to add more slots to save. Dialogues. To make a long story short. After talking to an NPC, the JSON file is read. Inside there is a list of sentences which are presented on the dialog box. During this time, the player can't move. If you wonder how to do it step by step, there is already a tutorial about it. Heat shader. After getting the heat, I activate simple heat shader for a custom amount of time. To do this, we can just use the built-in time shader value. It's elapsed total time in seconds. If we cast this to the sinus wave, we'll have the values only from -1 to 1. After adding the absolute value, there will be values only from 0 to 1. This value is used in the fragment shader to change the colors to be white. More about fragment shaders you can find on my basic shaders tutorial. Fall trap. When you touch it, the camera is stopped and the game is loaded from the last checkpoint. Very easy to do. Just add a new area 2D and collision. You can also add a simple sprite for the visual effect in the editor. It's hidden in the ready function. After detecting the collision with the player, you just need to disable the current value of the camera. After 2 seconds, the game is loaded. Basic enemy. He can walk left, right, or even turn back after detecting the hole. That orc also can detect you and attack, so be aware of him. More about him you can find on my How to do the basic enemy AI in Godot. Portal. Simple area to the scene which detects the player. After active, the portal teleports the player to the position to the node. Very simple script but powerful. On the level scene, you need to add the portal, enable editable children and just set your out of portal position. On the next update probably it will be prettier, but it's working. Not everything that is working was beautiful on start. Pause menu. Press escape and you can pause the game. Everything is stopped. Cool, right? In the Godot, to pause your game, you need only to write get3.pause is equal to true. Important! You need also to change the pause mode for your pause scene to process. In that case, your menu won't stop. More about it you can find on my pause tutorial. Player attack. Our hero has 2 different collision shapes in the attack area node. After pressing the attack button, both of them are active and try to detect the enemies. If the detect body enemy, for example, has a damage method, then it's used. It's very similar to enemy attack logic, but with the player attack input. Main menu. Just a few containers help to organize the screen. After that setup, it's easy to add a new buttons and work more on the scene. As a bonus, I added a focused arrow that can be changed in the script parameters. It also has a real-time feedback, so it's easy to set them. I used a tool keyword to do this. More details you can find on my main menu tutorial. And that's all for this devlog. Of course, there's a lot more things that I added, but this video would be too long and boring. Like the video if you like it, comment what you are thinking of. For example, I'm thinking about French fries right now. You can also support me by donating the game on the itch.io. Have a nice day, night, and so on. Yum.